Welcome back. Captain Shreve is coming off a big win last week against Natchitoches Central. A big reason for that is the work of running back Jamarcea Plater, who had 4 touchdowns and 293 yards, making him your Landers Dodge Player of the Week.
After I scored that first touchdown, and only in a matter of 3 plays, I already knew what type of game it was going to be. You know, we were setting the tone off, you know, coming real hard, and of course they was feeding me the rock, so yeah, I already knew how this was going to go. Since this is like my first official time playing running back in high school, my stat line is fairly impressive, you know, for my first 3 games of the season. You know, first game, you know, it was kind of rough, but you know, I had to do some adjusting. Last game, I came with a goal, and that's go for 300 yards. I already knew what type of game it was going to be, and I said I want to go for 4 touchdowns, 300 yards. Hey, and I got it.
I think he's just now kind of getting comfortable being himself again, doing what he does, and he's special.
I haven't played running back in a long time. Last time I did play running back was in middle school, but when Coach Wilburn came up to me and asked me if I could still play running back, you know, I'll do anything that was going to help the team.
He's a different level of energy, and some kids just have it. He's got it. He loves football. He loves everything about football that's outside of the 4 quarters we play on Fridays. I mean, he likes to work. He likes to learn. He's interested in stuff. He wants to be a good pass protection back. He wants to catch the ball in the backfield. He wants to understand coverages and wants to kick return, wants to punt return, wants to do everything we can. So, you know, he's just a total guy that just loves the game, and that's what makes the cat special. When the colleges were coming by in the spring, you know, they would ask about who they not know about yet that they need to, and I would tell them, you know, Jamarcea Plater's moving over tailback, and if you don't know his name yet, you're about to. He's doing his thing. He's a special player. He's about to blow up. Sky's the limit. I mean, he doesn't have a cap on what he couldn't do. He can do anything he wants to on the football field. You know, when you watch major football, whether it's Alabama, LSU, they've got a Jaden Daniels or a Joe Burrow or, you know, some tailback at Alabama or USC that's just, you know, first-round guy. He's our first-round guy.
You know, even though I went from DB, I went from not being able, you know, not wanting to tackle, because honestly I never wanted to tackle, and now I'm on the other side of the field to where I don't want to get tackled. So I'm going to do whatever I can to try not to get tackled. And it's helping me a lot. It's helping me a lot. But one thing I do, I'm going to make somebody miss or I'm going to run straight through you.
He's going to make somebody miss or run straight through him. Now, Plater will be eligible now for the Landers Dodge Player of the Year scholarship, which is $2,500. The winner of that will be awarded in May of 2025.